Thank you for being with us. You're in touch with We the People. Every week we're here about this time, and we really appreciate you being with us. According to the National Literacy Institute, 40% of students across the U.S. cannot read at a basic level. And that is why Greater Cleveland Volunteers is highlighting the AARP Foundation Core Program Volunteer Opportunity. Joining me now to explain all of that is our good people from AARP, Charlotte Petrie. She's the AARP Foundation Experience Corps Program Manager. Good to have you with us.
Yes, thanks for having me.
Oh, my pleasure. Tell me about the AARP Foundation Experience Corps. Who is it aimed at?
So the AARP Foundation Experience Corps program is a volunteer program that takes older adults, age 50 and better, connects them with schools and struggling readers to help support their reading.
So we're going to raise the literacy level of the youngsters out there.
Exactly.
Now, how do we do that?
We follow an evidence-based model, and really there's two areas that we focus in, and they're both areas that generally, if a student does not get the support they need, it makes it really difficult to proceed with learning how to read. But there are also areas that require a lot of focus. So that's where our volunteers come in and help focus in on those areas. So that way it gives the school some extra support while also helping the students themselves.
Yeah. Now you brought some show and tell with you, which we always do in schools. And by the way, what schools are you working with? How many schools are you working with?
We have 8 schools. We have 6 in Cleveland Metropolitan School District and then 2 in Euclid City School District.
So these books that you have here, these are the books that we use to help the youngsters understand. This one's about whales, and another one is about the secret lives of snails and slugs. I've always wanted to know about their secret lives. And introducing Planet Earth. Now that's a good one. These kids learn to read better by reading these books, is that
Exactly,
correct?
and we use a lot of fiction and nonfiction readers with them, and we try to base it based on what they're interested in. So if we have a student who loves learning about science, then this Introducing Planet Earth is a really great book to help them engage and practice their reading.
Yeah, let me read a little bit of what the kids are learning to read better, because you've got volunteers and teachers who are working with them. This is Introducing Planet Earth. Let me introduce myself. I am Planet Earth. I am the luckiest planet in our solar system. I can support life. Look at Mercury, so close to the sun. Hot, hot, hot. Even one of my desert rats could not live in that heat.
And that is perfect reading, because you're reading with expression, you're reading as if you're speaking, and that's exactly what we are working on with our kids.
So what's been the success history of this now? How long have you been doing this?
Well, here in Cleveland, we're really fortunate. We were one of the original programs. We started over 25 years ago. So we've had students who have started with one of our volunteers, been reading below benchmark, and then by the end of the year, being where they are with the rest of their peers. And that's really important when you're working with lower elementary school students, because you may have heard of the 3rd grade reading guarantee.
Yeah.
The whole idea is that we need to get kids reading at level by the end of 3rd grade, because when we get into 4th grade, we're no longer learning to read, we're reading to learn.
Yeah. Now comes the commercial. You're looking for volunteers. What kind of volunteers are we looking for?
Absolutely. So since it is AARP Foundation, we look for volunteers who are 50 and better. But ultimately, what we are really wanting in our volunteers is someone who is passionate about helping kids and someone who is a lifelong learner themselves, so that they can share that love with the kids.
So they can sign up with you, right?
Yes, exactly. They can go to greaterclevelandvolunteers.org to learn more about our program and help figure out how they can get involved.
Yeah. So they can make a difference in a youngster's life. If they, and as I believe it, if a youngster can read well, that propels them all the way through school, all the way through life. I mean, you know, whatever we do, we're going to be reading something, and we need to have that literacy ability, correct?
Exactly. And there's also been studies that show that when you're reading at level by 4th grade, you're less likely to drop out of school. You're more likely, there's just a lot of indicators that show there's going to be a lot more success in a student's life.
So we got 8 schools in the Greater Cleveland area, in Cleveland and in Euclid, 8 schools, and we're involved in. We're looking for volunteers, and you can email C. Petrie, that's Petrie, letter C, Petrie at greaterclevelandvolunteers.org, and you can go to the website greaterclevelandvolunteers.org. More information on everything that we've been talking about. Oh. I read you well. I read you well. Nicely done. Thank you so much,
Thank
Charlotte
you.
Petrie, who is AARP Foundation Experience Corps Program Manager and also working with the Greater Cleveland Volunteers. Many thanks.